the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
All right, Abusia for Mamen Chiao, Mwakwaba, and Family Casaponi Subim, Nsem-Pii TV. Be the first to know. A 2-in-1 and a day every month. Now 2-in-1 if you need Pabako. Dennis Miracles Aboagye, our communications director, His Excellency, the former president, Dr. Alhaji Bawumia, or the Nsem-Pii out to Idra or Philip Osebun's the programmer, who sees say eso, and no, and as I said, the everyone. And ra, Oshaya, ye the news by IMF. Acquire Omufaso at say a bino warning. Na ebusafo ene a new development aba eno na Miracles Dennis Aboagye ede betu idwa nemum dedi kan no ni se obi busa Dennis se ne ho te se Dennis che se nipa nu de abetima ka se nyame adom ne ho ye nemum asetene mu de enye if you say looking at how omampanyi mahama ne NDC for ebu oman no omudo oman ne kona ha nanso okaka obi a emfi Omuba hobitu mufo na nsomanti dollar no omukache omu say how omu see stimulating no ebe affect in the near future. So if Ghana and take care say dollar na nyadru 14 na say kwa there is no way ombetimi asa amano aba FOMB ochire mo answer say no say Bank of Ghana the dollar ne ba or the Bema banks na banks nso aton e de ama abochi nti na ye ka say on the radar of Bank of Ghana dollar no 11.6 now oko black marketer omuton 13 Ghana cedis and no na Philip Osebun so ebeka say no crefi say time na that 10 no na black market 12 cedis na busafo owie no na ode tu dwa say die nti na yesa delegate mu NPP mu omutu aba edema His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Bawumia. Looking at how a political trend is here, kono. Miracles Aboagye Nsem bebre na a intellectual atu eja Mr. Selbeti na onso wodo adwenkyira to comment section ase no hu se the AC echo earlier Honorable Kennedy Akumpra Japan EPK forms after Kennedy Akumpra Japan no and Dr. Brian Achampon and so echo peke ni die na Kennedy the Nsem-Pii atu ja wo chim say unity and umunyina ehwe na emom say unity no ebebade a ejina party empanifo no enhyehyeye free and fair elections no eno na ma unity no etimi ede aba abusuafo ye kone gotie Miracles Aboagye oni Philip Osebunsu
the president
we say Bank of Ghana dollar ya across 11
official Bank of Ghana rates
September na that 10 no na 12 for abochi nti akọ 11 is kwa na ekọ and I was still
answer mo bwan prayer
go na me busa bank be even pounds na e will be 15.2 at the bank we as how do you party will say you're stopping
yeah
slide and then dollar ne ba from the na ebo apa
but can say but won say me ba na ta me e ba fam na me ba me ka say me kire wo and I say NDC for my yanka because at that time sana good one nam so and the way obi you don't engineer your currency to move in that manner. Say we are ukose long-term challenges. Maybe view ne say it's good. You know, I've never taken the credit away from them,
sure.
But it should be organic. We to be stimulating the kakra, but it should be organic. Because we say from 14.5 whom to 10.9. You don't. One of the reasons why we didn't see the impact, you know, here because people were confused, so they don't know how to react. When you say
drop near too steep,
yes, because it was stimulated. Because if you pump in millions of dollars every week, you would basically what you've done is say, "Ton gold now this kind of bar now they are it was system." So it was a steep drop. It wasn't well organized and coordinated. And unti nipa na nke bia in fact adena confirm na say otene boss na enya so mfa so no onye sure the aye cost no nti o ma twentwen so sa na de no san akoso. And what even worsened it say Bank of Ghana face can not the banks na banks dey ma bochi na bochi so turn the ope Until when you go to the banks to send money, when's the last time you will be from shell? Or call bank and say yen transfers can call techie and go to your supplier car.
Banks say
only be no watch our booty was a cotobra. Until we call booty 1 cotton 12. It means that your actual cost for the dollar is 12 and not 10. Say me go here. Your actual cost, you know.
And yet 12 and 13.
We say 13. Because of course, once I call about you and they depend about you about on the situation of womb. So the business people didn't actually experience the true 10 no.
Yeah.
Because actually autumn 12, autumn 13. Into effect be any so on paper there it's 10.9 and that is what we kept talking about because we knew say Bank of Ghana cannot keep it at that artificial 10.9 for too long. I think that we can still do it. They should focus on the real sectors.
But real sector impacts will take time. It will not
yeah,
be
but why? You see, and when a man come from no, a man come from they say born not there with him. Ubet me to boase. Na wa chese na wa pass yako. Wo de unya na wo so ye dangbeleshi, unu dangbeleshi. Sizaki pe ra ya chef so pe ni ya chef second one. Say unu person. It's in conform to be settled if you don't start some pass here. Uni defense, uni midfield, uni she. Your shots are. In the first 10 minutes in there, Obod dangbeleshi she goes but you were 90 minutes na yeko. But senka wo to boase. Yeah. Oh basa for dem say dem ye. Omo to be 2 goals. No ma to boase. No ma she e bedu 90 no ma she 4. Into me say we say basa 2 goals I mean jubilate. Enye
hu bio.
Na say e dey course wi. Mi levante for di. Mi dwaye because na me say you be wi anasa. Afa pass omo dey pass e na dollar na kwakwa. I say basa na levante. Levante for girigiri a 2. Afa basa for ababe. I think that this is even more dangerous for the economy. Because what is happening now no say if they don't curtail it and fix it quickly na say sign cost road is in economy.
Yeah, it will be
a buffer man. No business person will trust
the system,
the downtrend. Yeah. And the Aboagye people knew this. So what the Aboagye people did was that they were just holding it.
But and what can we do to Aboagye for?
A bank for na wo konya dollar no way. Sabako Ghana fan ko Aboagye.
E o the commercial bank.
Aha, it's bank of Ghana adwuma no say on be making sure say on be nya ekwan a scan ko kodia because Bank of Ghana scan do come bank, commercial bank. Into Aboagye nya dollar ni free. So I just say people do was saying that cash share bottom area ba Ghana. Okay, ni buma na be ka say bia wo de buy na do come Aboagye no to ye no ye saying. The real one here the nam we no e ba na ko di Aboagye wo. Obi me so cost airport run about one pay $5 million Aboagye be bia ma ba de bank. Only 100,000 krada ho. And
I see banks they ration into say o ka say wo pay bia ombeje o visa udi tu kwan. That is if you want the money physical ombeje o visa at the ticket awecha no maka che say ye ko check here no 5,000 open ye get the amount ye benya bia 2,000 amount ene after some day no ababeje aka so the account. It's an issue and I wish this thing anka because it remaining what 10.25 10.3 there
yeah so just but you see say na kwakwa
you slide there
be hadwin e be na a slide here relapse no be worse because now e be ma sa nipa boniefo ya omoye dollar business e be say ade no kra take 8 kra nche I don't know if you get what I'm saying because this goes to reinforce omo patience no because some of them actually were patient waiting. So we because the Bank of Ghana, we said it. A man come for they be the problem, but last I brand not to no benya again now. What we mean come as him, and this for the do here. Obi Mr. Yamia Doma Echina.
Yes.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eco file. The channel
part 8. The nomination.
The channel filing the nomination.
8 a.m.
I'm part 8. I was selling down. Now a beginning of the second phase of the journey that was started into be amfam kwawie no na ade ba kwa nip jankopo de che ni pe bia ne se obenya kokodro a se oyi ade de kana ankoyi a utumi sanso nya kokodro sorry egira wona so sampin ko anim biom utie na nanom kra de always tell you say be man de a otofema
o sanso
eden sorry because ahwase de obi enim sa ahwase eden etumi ba na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia are poised for victory 2028 for the New Patriotic Party. The reason being that Otuanamono wanante contempo no so nipa dodo aye kwa aba ni nyina Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne the only person he's taken that journey before. When maybe a potholes no when maybe a so tremika when maybe a so jina when maybe a so nante sasu ye hunu no emba easy sir.
Okay.
And say as a political party ye ye to me obi a wotumi nya san hunu na na che say ye yi akwansidie ba akwa firi kwan nim ye koye nim a ne sa ono ni nipa a waboa no ho yie pa of all the candidates over the period atone bo ase ya prepare no party na nkasa ne so ni mu na prepare no ama Nigeria na so are ready for the presidency of all the candidates ono any nipa ojina ne nan so like very formidable otumi taking on the opposition party obi wonim say to date Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia remained the only vice president or you visible see obia in the Fourth Republic. It's even worse when you take it beyond the Fourth Republic, simply because he as a vice president was actively involved in helping to shape the narratives of this country. And that is why on the 7th of February UPS and Nsem-Pii Kufado Kasem say but this specific one of the things Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia always spoke about, remember in position, no, how we can formalize our economy, because he kept insisting, say, the informal nature of the economy, no, and and see, he's going to focus on that. And no, it takes time for it to materialize. And when I buy after buy will be about no journey from home, because formalization of the economy now, and school dying, and your car quite see unya bus body over hands about to do. But then you be dance here say better money in the last 8 years, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia efforts, any impact in formalizing our economy, no, a unprecedented. It is not for himself. It is not for the New Patriotic Party. It is for the country Ghana. I was listening to Logas. Yes. Fantastic guy. He's doing a good job. I mean, any young person that is doing the sort of things that he's doing, there are things that we need to encourage him. And if you listen to him, you realize that DVLA is riding on that formalization now across over the period, and not just DVLA. When you go to GRE, when you go to friend is saying Registrar General, Oko banks, now everybody is riding on that foundation. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any team no a driver, and then the number of young people are almost pursue e-commerce, Snapchat CEOs, Instagram CEOs, Facebook CEOs, TikTok CEOs, Obi, Bebre. Where is it coming from? It's stemming from formalization of the economy, which brings confidence into the economy and also allows for other architecture to build upon that. Interoperability, I can say me. I heard say Ndra was an answer chairman of Usapofo. Say in Africa was saying Ghana and the highest penetration when it comes to mobile money interoperability. And this is something that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia championed and executed. You remember saying Brana or some people doubted, say, how can it be South Africa high some of the pioneers? But we are. Usapofo confirmed it. I'll look for exactly what he said. And mobile money interoperability is one of the biggest enablers of e-commerce. Our young people need to take advantage and look at all the things that have gone on in the space. So I just say synchronizing our data. And he focused on that, and without doubt, everybody will agree say he delivered on those things. That's notwithstanding, no, the government faced challenges. Major economic challenges, and until 2024 80% to 90% of incumbent governments and the parties across the world lost the elections because it was a very difficult year. In fact, between 2022 and 2024 the global economy saw a lot of challenges, and until the IMF boss and the guy say it's going to take us another 15 to 20 years before we can come back and stabilize as a global economy. He has immense experience when it comes to that. It is the reason why everybody mentions Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, even though he was a vice president. And to date, people talk about him as if he has ever had the chance to lead this country. Being see that the formidability nature of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the biggest beneficiary is the AMPP. Opa be a phone line. I mean this in India from because they know say he remains the biggest threat to the party. Obi MPP across the country. Ade ba ko pe na dey nyina so we want to win the elections. After all is said and done, you be say we need 2028 elections. You have 1,200 days. Nipa running and within the next 1,200 days, you know, obetumi aboabo no one making sure say obeja na so no to be winning elections for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and it's backed by data. Backed by data. Okay? Politics is science. Me, I did political science. In fact, we used to have a debate in Poly 101 whether politics is an art or science. Politics is science, and politics is sociology. And data is crucial in politics. My way, the political history and the political trend, clear. Say elections are from 1996. The Ghanaian political sociological environment, they take their time, and the Ghanaian voter runs a lot of comparative analysis. And the way a Ghanaian voter they run in a comparative analysis and say, "Yet you was no, near train also." Now they are no, you're telling the previously no, your man acquires on so many or ya near Kayan now they are okay. Yes, and that yes, Yankoti video no cano. President Kufuor 1996 against President Rawlings the first time. No, President Rawlings won because President Rawlings was going for his second time. President Kufuor a friend is saying second time in the year 2000 no. Yes. NDC the Professor Mills the buy for the first time. The Ghanaian people said no, we have heard President Kufuor, we've heard the things he said in the past. The NDC were not happy with what you did between 1996 and 2000. Let's allow Kufuor to also do his NC. Then President Kufuor came again in 2004. Yes, a friend is saying so far so good. It was only become you remember so far so good. And about 2008, no, and another done Kufuor buy very fantastic ideas. Kufuor started talking about free SHS in 2008. You know that free SHS was our flagship message in 2008. Then President Mills came. When we are gonna for kind, almost say no. Papa, what can I say much chance? I started kind from the year 2000. Train Kufuor the train with you know. Yeah, sure the honor so bit by then obey. Because they've been hearing President Mills speak on his vision for all this while. Then Kufuor lost 2008. In the Kufuor bad 2012, President Mills said, "You man or you know, 1 year in we and I say Otoye and President Mahama then Ababe acting. Yaman and twice on President Mills said, "You man then in we." Or ye be in a court 2016. Oh, now cry the more answer at the end and Bono Masa. Kufuor Kasa Yache, Yamon so many day, Yenshe. And the Kufuor so be any day 2020. President Mills already on Mampeni da crowd about 20 almost debi. Kufuor the Jubano starting on your day. We yaman to us, we a pet. No, say, we no need no one we yaman me fan to us on no. This is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's time. For us in the MPP, no, the electoral history Yamdiamawi, any electoral record Yamdiamawi clear say NDC4 are coming into 2008 elections as an incumbent.
Yes. And
that is a huge advantage. The second thing they say, they could have come into these elections as an incumbent with the sitting president. And the record shows say all incumbents with sitting president have higher chances of winning the next election, especially against a first time your friend is saying contender. Now, the biggest chance they call elections against NDC, and they say NDC are coming with a new candidate. Once your mama, His Excellency, and Zakasai, even though no choice, but that's the friend is saying
statement.
This issue, presents MPP with the biggest advantage, at least to level up, have one also against the NDC. So the NDC already has incumbency advantage over us. If they were coming with an incumbent candidate, it would be a double advantage. But here we are, they are coming with a new candidate. We now have to take a stance as MPP. And the CSA is taking time to say, what do we want to do? At this point, NDC for the new candidates, but what does the electoral record of Ghana says? It says that anytime you bring a new candidate, the likelihood say NDC for new candidates will be winning the next elections near low. Because you know why? Because we will be candidate in somewhere 2027. I feel no beton or home beton vision. Ghanaian voter no takes time to assimilate. Obed no more seminal, half hour seminal, it take time. Until by the time I will be about to be now, ready now. Yes, you can say you completely new candidate. Let's say you have 2 year advantage in a actually. and I ye ho na fe de any NDC na ba ye pe because NDC the new candidate na ba and yes so anka ye bet me take advantage you know yes you offer new candidate but NDC still have their incumbency advantage so they have one over us and that is where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia comes in or coalitions ni bi when to me and win but close to 42% of the voters in the Ghana naturally say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni swadi ho o ma no ye wogide wom it means that you were 9% be as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said that Tony Boas no eden or church omunyame mu no munyanti ase no meto abama no obi it doesn't make political strategic sense to drop obia what testing the pain what the now market na what testing no
when we hold that to be true then 2028 is already lost for the NPP because then the NDC will go into that election with 57% vote another
so obi obeka sa no kra na just ono kra it is on share that still on steady the sociology and political environment of Ghana because listen to what I said carefully. I have been giving you an analysis of candidates
not parties.
Yes, Mahama vote in NDC votes. Remember that the NDC comes with their vote and then the candidates and also candidates in Ankasan so is bringing something onto the table. You understand what I'm saying? And see 56 point something here Mahama vote. Mahama na ye contestant no. If you don't believe in what I am telling you there, they will not need you. It means that anybody at all will present as the party's candidate should win because or the party no vote never. But you know that is not correct. Otherwise, we'll not be running what we are running. There is a reason why you are saying I can win. Why? Because you think that you bring something to the table. Why are you now going to pick? Is Mahama going to run the elections in 2028? No. So Mahama's 56% is gone with him. The NDC are bringing a candidate who is also now coming to test whether the Ghanaian voters will accept them or not. So Bawumia's 41.7, and I said 42, almost 42%, 7%, you know, and you tested. That is Bawumia's strength. That is Bawumia's strength. We have not tested your strength. And the new NDC candidate, you know, doesn't have Mohammed's vote. On also be tested on also the strength. Now, look at this. You can actually do 80%. You could do 90%, but you could also do 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. So, hope, assumptions, guess, belief. That is where the risk is.
How about the party member who has been sold the narrative? Say wonam kroma udebusa ordinary taxi driver, ordinary mechanic, ordinary hawker. Say why na say MPP for the ne bar Ghana for betwaba amano. One of the aspirants no message out there no. How would the Bawumia camp counter a message like that?
Yen testeno through the primaries until the eco contest no. Remember that MPP has 40,000 polling station executives in every corner. Yes. There is no better way to measure the sentiments of people than using the polling station and branch level. Because branch level, they know a police station is the lowest level in our political structure. Me oba lata number of police stations on a small group. Now say quite the easy amount I say average of 500 voters per area. So no problem. That will be tested during the primaries. So your primaries in that's a primaries and say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that your argument is moot. You understand what I'm saying? Because the primaries represent 40,000 polling stations.
But those are MPP for. The argument they say
also say
almost outside the NPP for Ghana for so will be.
No, but that has been tested already. When we went out there to test, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's strength has been identified. There is no assumption on that anymore. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's strength has been identified to be 41.7%. Yours haven't been tested. What do you test you? And I say, oh, but me tietie nkrofo no. Wo na wo kan. Me tietie nkrofo no mo say me. But you be dey okay. Until you are telling us, okay, Bawumia there 41%, 41.7% na ye nimu no. Yen tontwe na ye hope say dia wo ka kire yen say odo waso tse ye no. E ye no. E na make say no. There is a risk in there. Remember, say Bawumia there also there is a risk. There is a risk in every election. However, you are better off taking a hazard with obi or no akobi. Ama ye hu ni obetumi enya. A ye hu say aka 9% than their uncle be the crowd or the num odwa no num achrew. Because obi ye betumi win do obi account. One will be a election or something to win that.